Hello everyone, it's Rebecca here, who is failing as a booktuber today because my second battery is on 4%. Woohoo! Today I thought I would bring you my 5 favourite reads of 2019, but I feel like this is going to be short and sweet because the battery's dying, so wish me luck. The first one I have here is Aurora Rising by J. Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. As somebody who read Illuminate and really didn't enjoy Illuminate to begin with, I was very sceptical going into this one, but it sounded right up my alley. It's a group of people who basically get thrown together. It's a ragtag crew of rejects who get thrown together in a training academy and end up having to save the world, essentially. I really enjoyed this. Aurora Burning is coming out, which is book 2 in the Aurora cycle. That is coming out next year. There has been so much hype about it, and I would highly recommend this. I have a review for it on Goodreads. I'll leave the link down below. I don't know what else to say. So I was really dubious because obviously I didn't enjoy Illuminate as much as I wanted to, and there was so much hype about this, like this author duo, that I was like, I'm gonna have to give it a go. It's not mixed media format, so if you're going into this because you know of Amy Kaufman and J. Kristoff as a duo and you know of them for their work with Illuminate, don't go into it expecting Illuminate. That's all I want to say. It's an actual like prose, as in all of the words, all of the language. So I would not go in expecting mixed media format. I would go in expecting a novel because that's what you're going to get. The world building was really good. The pace was fantastic. And yeah, I would highly recommend this book to you. I don't know what else to say because I feel like I've talked about it quite a lot already on my channel. Aurora Rising by J. Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. In no particular order, by the way, but next up we have a thriller that I didn't actually think I would enjoy, and I ended up listening to it on audiobook and absolutely loving, and that is The Couple Next Door by Sherwood. And this one just blew me away. I was struggling to get into it physically, and I thought I'm going to try the audiobook, and it just... there's just no level of what length people will go to. It's unreal. It follows a couple who go to their next door neighbour's house for a meal. This couple have a young child, and as in a baby. One of them was going to stay behind because they couldn't get a sitter, their sitter cancelled. But the next door neighbour was like, no, you're fine, we'll be next door, don't worry about it, just bring the baby monitor. Why would you leave your child unattended? They're like 6-month-old. Why would you do that? Have you not heard of sudden infant death syndrome? Have you not seen the episode of Friends where Emma's locked in the apartment and Rachel's outside and she's like, what if an eagle comes in? Have you not seen that episode of Friends? Why would you do that? This was just, I kind of had an inkling from the beginning and I was kind of gutted when I was right, but at the same time, it's crazy to think what lengths people will go to cover a boo-boo. Let's put it that way. Just insane. There's so many secrets unfolded in this. I flew through this. This one is like 350 pages and I absolutely flew through it and really loved it. I would highly recommend. Next up we have the most surprising book of the year for me, and that is Three Dark Crowns by Kendara Blake. I went into this one, wasn't really enjoying it, and by the end of it I was fully invested, fully wanting to just go help the queens, let's be honest. I really enjoyed this. I thought the sort of the pacing was slow in parts, but I think that was because of each individual queen's situation. But the way all of their stories intertwined was just fascinating. I really enjoyed it. I'm so pleased I finally got around to the hype train and aborted that train because now I want the second book so bad. So yes, I would highly recommend this one if you like warring kingdoms with family tie-ins, queens and elementals basically. I would highly recommend this one. Next up we have a retelling, and I absolutely loved this retelling. It is Sherwood by Megan Spooner, which is a Robin Hood retelling. In this aspect, Robin Hood is dead and Maid Marian has to take the reins. She dons that green hood, she picks up that bow and does everything that Robin couldn't do, which, yeah, he's dead, he can't do a lot, let's be honest. She lets everyone believe the illusion that Robin isn't actually dead, Robin's alive and back from the dead. So yeah, I really enjoyed this one. If you're into any Robin Hood retelling, I would highly recommend it, let's be honest. I picked this one up on holiday and I just flew through it. I don't know what it was just so captivating. It was such a quick read. It was really fast paced. Megan Spooner did something with these words, just the way these words went together and orchestrated this story and this plot line just blew my mind. So I need to read Hunted by her, which I believe is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, I think. So I need to add that one to my list, but I really enjoyed this one. And yeah, it wasn't too far away from the original story, other than Robin actually being dead, which isn't a spoiler because that's the first line on the back of the book. Yeah, I had serious, every time we seen Sir Guy, I had visions of Snape, Alan Rickman, just, it was so close to the actual story while also being so different, and that I really respected for this book. I would highly, highly, highly recommend you pick this up if you want a new fairy tale retelling, or a new retelling just to see you through the new year. Highly recommend. Last one is the biggest shock. So obviously we have, this is the underdog, which is Three Dark Crowns. This one is the one that wasn't even on the list, wasn't even in the betting slip. So you have like maybe 80-1 for Three Dark Crowns to be a 5-star read or a high rated reading. This one, I wasn't even expecting to finish it. I took it on holiday and read it in 24 hours. And that is The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. This is my first delve into Christina Lauren. I absolutely adored it. Would highly, highly recommend, if you're wanting to start with Christina Lauren, you go with this one. Because apparently the level of smut in this is here. The level of smut in Christina Lauren books is normally all the way up here. So yeah, I would highly recommend you pick this one up. It's an enemy to lovers trope, and it follows a young girl whose sister gets married, and her and the rest of the wedding party, apart from this girl and the best man, get food poisoning because the best man's fussy and the girl has allergies. So she can't eat certain foods. They all eat that certain food and get food poisoning. She then takes up the offer of the honeymoon that's meant to be for the bride and groom because they're too sick to go, because her name matches, as in her surname matches the passport and all the booking details. The best man goes because there's nobody else to go in the groom's position. These two don't get on, but obviously locked in a plane for hours on end and sharing a room in a honeymoon suite because it's supposed to be their honeymoon. Just things happen. It made me feel all warm and fuzzy inside at times. I cried. I was there for Olive. Just 10,000% loved Olive and Ethan. Would they are their names, aren't they? Yes. Would highly, highly recommend you pick this one up if you want a fast-paced romance enemy to lovers trope. Just unbelievable. Would highly, 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 highly recommend. Just, oh my god, my heart. I just can't take it. I want another one. So there we have it. That's quite fast-paced for me for a wrap-up, right? Those are my top 5 reads of the year. Have you seen any of those that you have read yourself? Let me know in the comments down below. I would love to have a chat with you. What are your top 5 reads of the year? Again, let me know down below. If you click that little expand button, you will see a link to all of my social media channels. Please go say hi on those. I love to make new friends. I'm such a weirdo. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll chat to you all in the comments, and I shall see you soon in the next one. Bye!